magnetic energy. And in this, most of you were here, I think, or a few of you were here for this class. This was an excellent class. And actually, when I sit in these classes and we do these classes, they're really for me. I'm learning. I'm learning from each and every one of these brothers that come here. So hopefully you are getting the same type of knowledge. But this is one of my favorites out of the classes that we've had so far that he's actually done. You know, we've had True Master and all the rest of the crew here. But I think this was one of my favorites. Very scientific and very practical. Proto-magnetic energy. I only have 3 copies of this. This is his latest one. I did a lecture. It's fitting because when he came, he talked about Michael Jackson and porcelain doll programming. And this is his lecture, which was an excellent, excellent class. Which next week we're going to talk about some of the things surrounding Michael Jackson. You know, because they're doing major rituals to propel that stuff forward. Some equinox, they did a heavy ritual at the Stonehenge. Thousands of people came out down in Central Park on the summer solstice with their faces painted, drumming and all white. So they're doing rituals while we just go to church. And they're using the magic that they've obtained from us. That's what the church was all about, holding on to our records, giving those records to certain societies to help forward. They let you have Christianity because they know it don't work. They let you have that because they know it don't work. Okay, y'all can do that. We ain't gonna mess with you. But they're doing major stuff. We walk around like zombies. Right? Also have it in a 4-box set. Brother Aline Bey. Black Dot doing the magic of hip hop. Peter Moon when he was here, and also Seer. And also have it on a single tape, which the design of his book is the cover, which is also, my queen was the actual model for the cover of his book. And also a lecture I did with Africa Bambaataa called The Science of the Green Ganesha. So I recommend that you get that because it's going into some things that we're going to talk about also next week dealing with Ganesha and the color green and also the astral plane. One last thing. Still designing Orgone pyramids. I don't know how long I'll be able to get all the material for that. So this particular one is made of magnetic gold. Outside of it is mirrored pyramids. The mirror, what it does is reflect any negative entities that might be in your house or whatever. They hate mirrors. And also, you should see the symbol on the pyramid is one of the symbols that what's his sister name that wrote Blacked Out to Whitewash?
Suzar?
Suzar. Yeah. This is one of the symbols that she said that you would use to empower yourself, to gain strength, and to cleanse. So we put it on the pyramid. And as a matter of fact, Ifadichi is going to be carrying some of the pyramids also. Okay, so you want to check up here at this store here and check with me. Okay, I also make them to order. Depends on what you want. What you're trying to get rid of, I can make it to do that also.
How much are they?
This particular one is $150. And it's magnetic. If you put anything on it, like my bracelet, it will magnetize to it. And it's made with magnetic gold. Gold is not magnetic, but once you add the iron into it, then it becomes magnetic. Iron is what makes things magnetic. You see? So this is one of the pyramids. We also have smaller ones, and we also have other archetypes, Egyptian archetypes dealing with the orgone. Okay? So we're going to start in about. Are you ready now? Okay. So what I'm going to do is introduce the brother. Like I said, he did a dynamic class last week. He's here with his queen, and I also want to give a shout out to my queen in the back. Big hand. Give brother Esau, his queen, a big hand. Give the sisters in the house. Open the door. And keep your hands clapping because here is brother Esau.
Greetings, everyone. Please. I thank each and every one of you for coming out today. And last week's class was powerful for me because when I left out of here last Sunday, the question that I had was answered by each and every one of you that was here. And I want to thank everyone for teaching me and giving me help in terms of answering the question that I had about my own personal growth in my life. And these are some of the powerful things about coming to these particular lessons. Whatever questions we may have, the answer is always around us. But we got to know how to orientate ourselves and listen. You understand? Orientate ourselves and listen. So the last lesson that we had was an eye-opener for me. And I know it was an eye-opener for my reflections as well, as we were able to understand an additional component to what we call the scientific model. The scientific model, which we know is based upon the electromagnetic spectrum. And what we did was, we opened it up based upon the absolute laws of nature, working with the paradigm of self to see that there was also an additional spectrum that we utilize every day, but has yet to be substantiated in today's common model of science. So I was able to break down to you and tell you that, yes, there's an electromagnetic spectrum. Yes, it works. The bus you hear that's driving down the street, the fan that you hear that's operating, this particular camera here that is recording, the camera that Maguzawa's queen is taking a picture right now. All of these components are scientific components based upon the electromagnetic spectrum. All right? So now, brothers and sisters, what about that dream that you had about one of your ancestors? Or what about that daydream you had when you was in second grade and your teacher said, hey, pay attention? What were the tools that were operating in that reality? Because that reality is just as real as the reality you hear me speak. Okay, what is that spectrum called? And we broke it down. It's called the proto-magnetic spectrum. So you have two spectrums. Are they two? No, they're one. You can't have one without what? The other. So today's scientific model is a philosophy based upon a linear state of consciousness. That only one reality exists while he's attempting to figure out the other reality. And until he figures it out, whatever you say that happened in that reality does not exist. So what happened in your dreams, well, it's just a dream. You're fine. You got a $75,000 a year job. You're pushing the bins. What are you worried about? You got credit cards. Everything is fine. What are you worried about? You understand? But innate in you, you know that there's another side of you that you need answers to questions that are in your life, not just in your life, but in previous sojourns that have yet to be answered.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Does that make sense, brothers? So this is where we're here today to bring forth what we call the functional conceptual model. Whereas it's okay to say, I don't understand what happened in my dream. It's okay to say, I don't know how my son is so inquisitive and so smart, and he can explain things to me that I don't even understand. You understand?
Yeah.
It's okay to say, why am I repeating the same lesson over and over and over again?
Yes.
Without having to come to someone and he says, you know what? I got a pill for you. I'll make sure that you never had that dream again. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you some dreams that you ain't going to never want to leave. Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to make this a virtual reality that you're going to say, wow. All I want to do is keep coming back. And these processes are in place today. We know them as drugs. And not just a drug that you buy on the street. There's a myriad of drugs. And because we are not conscious of this proto-magnetic spectrum, we are all desensitizing this spectrum. And anyone like Azariah who comes and say, you know what, there's another realm. You know, you can travel intergalactic, you can go to these realms and all this, you got to understand colors, you got to understand these different mirrors. What do you say? This guy's crazy, right? He's a nut. He's a fruitcake. Oh man, I want something that's concrete. Don't be telling me something out in Martian land and all this and that. But wait a minute, brothers and sisters. When you go to sleep, where are you? Yes.
Yes.
Just because you can't tell me where you were in Martian land, don't get mad at this brother, because this brother can tell you where you trapped. If anything, you need to submit and say, brother, can you journey with me? Can you come hold my hand and take me to these places? You understand, Azariah? And you know the brother can.
He takes me there all the time.
He takes. And I've also met him in the proto-magnetic level. Asked him questions and we've conversed. Went to class, did all types of things together. Okay, isn't that something you would like to do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so brothers and sisters, today what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about now steps. I'm not going to give you mysticism. The reason why it's mysticism, brothers and sisters, is because they can't explain it substantially. Okay? See, a magician is magic to you because you don't understand what he's doing. But it's not magic to the magician. It's functionality. It's step by step. He knows what he's doing. You understand?
Yeah.
So, because we don't understand where we are on the map, when someone talks about a process that you don't understand, you think it's spookism. It's magic. That ain't real. He's doing something evil. Ooh. Okay, now, a magician is no different from a mechanic. When you take your car in there, you don't know what's wrong with your car. But he understands it's the transmission, it's the carburetor, it's this, and this, right? He's a magician to you. Because you didn't know what happened. Your car was now it's rolling. What took place? He made change, which means he knew a system, he knew a map, and he knew the processes to put in place in order to have this particular vehicle operational. You understand?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay? This is what we do, brothers and sisters, on a day-to-day basis. We are in the process of finding and attracting reflections that have understanding of processes that we don't understand. But because we are not conscious of the map and our orientation, when someone talks about a process that goes beyond our concepts, fear comes. Fear. And I have to explain to you why the fear is here today, brothers and sisters, okay? It's because, as I explained last week, the architect of the map wants to keep certain people as end users. Because if I allow you to be open-minded to explore and to discover and discover processes, that means I will no longer be the architect. You will create a system where I won't be in what? Control. So I must control a very important aspect of you and understanding you, which is called your self-conceptualization system. The moment I manage your self-conceptualization system, you always come to me for answers.
Yeah.
I got you. And to make sure you never come to me for answers, outside of me for answers, you always come to me, I'm going to rule you by 3 elements. 3 elements, and I'm going to tell you how you're being ruled right now, and then I'm going to show you the map. The 3 elements that's ruling you is first, the finite God concept.
Yeah.
You got one. This is what it is. You have what's called a finite God concept. Okay? What is this, brothers and sisters? You've been taught this in church, in the masjid, and all these different places you go to. All you got to do is what? Believe in what? God, Allah, and everything can be what? All right, hey, that's it, right? And you not Allah, and you not God. You outside of that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Come on, if you say you God, they'll kill you. If you Allah, how are you Allah? What? I'll kill you. Right?
Yes, indeed.
You have a problem, you gotta what? Allah. Allah.
Right.
Outside of you, right? You gotta look everywhere. And the Quran, it tells you that Allah is closer than you than your what? Jugular vein. But why are you out here when he's closer? You got a finite God concept.
Yes. Yes.
The second reason why you don't control your self-conceptualization is because you have a finite resource concept. How many of y'all believe that there's a recession? How many of y'all believe that water is going to be what? Damaged? And that we don't have enough drinkable, potable water, and there's not enough food on the earth, and you know, we got to get rid of so many people on the planet, and these things, the air is bad, and oh, yes we do, we play into it, because if you did not, brothers and sisters, you will not be speaking the language that you're speaking right now, because the language you're speaking right now supports a finite resource concept. Yes.
Can I ask you a question? They have enough food, they're full of crap, right? But there is something wrong with the water, and there is something wrong in the air, right? I love science, and believe me when I tell you, the water is kind of messed up right now. It really is. And there's something wrong going on in the clouds. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Finite resource concept is permeating through us. Okay? The reason why is because if we knew it wasn't finite, we would know the processes, how to regenerate the resources.
Yes.
I'll say it again.
Yeah.
If you walked around and knew that you were infinite, you would know how to regenerate the resources.
Absolutely.
We would have brothers and sisters regenerating things. We would say, okay, this is a process of life. There's a catalytic and there's an analytic. And this is what makes the universe move and rotate.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be caught just in the catalytic concept, breaking stuff down. There's not enough resources. I'm losing my job. I can't make my rent payment. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Oh, brothers and sisters, that's where we at. If you wasn't, you would be like, hey, it's okay.
Yes.
This is the solution.
Absolutely.
It's basic. It's not rocket science. I'm talking basic stuff. If you knew the answer, then you have a responsibility to do the answer. If your child is hungry and you got food in the cupboard, you know how to do what, brother? Feed the child. But if you can't feed your child, it's because you don't know how to get the answer. And if you don't know how to get the answer, that means you're stuck in a box somewhere, not knowing how to make a move.
Yes.
It's simple.
Yes.
We have a finite resource concept. Each time you talk to brothers and sisters, it's about money. We stay in these subjugated classes because we think that money is the answer. It ain't the answer. We caught up in a finite resource concept. We are the infinite resource. You make the money.
Yes.
Yep.
But you don't know that because you caught up in this. The third one. You have the gunpowder, fear. This is the last one. The gunpowder fear is if I make a move, I could be shot and killed.
Yes.
If I step out and I say something and I question something, I will be killed. Because that permeates from your what?
Finite.
You don't know you're infinite. You think you're finite. So when you see a gun, you get scared.
Yeah.
When you see a military, when you see these guys stand up, you get scared. You don't say, hey, I'm infinite. Bring it on. And you will see them just shake. If you conquer this concept, these are the three concepts that we are trapped in. This is the reason why you're afraid to understand the proto-magnetic spectrum, because you know if you step in there, it's going to be an inherent responsibility. And this inherent responsibility is going to cause you to challenge your Christian, your Judaism, your Islamic concept, which is a battle. Because the imam and the minister are all going to say he's a pagan. They're going to curse me for what I'm saying to you. Reason why I say it, because I ain't afraid of them. I am them.
Yes.
There's nothing they can do to me but increase me. Because I don't have a finite what? Resource concept. I'm infinite. You cannot kill something that whose season has come to make change. Nothing you can do to stop it. And if you stand on those principles, you were shot in New York.
Yeah.
But how do you stand on it? You got to unlock yourself from these concepts. The first thing you've done, let's look at IIT. When IIT said we don't believe in the Catholic Church, we believe in Ogun, huh? Shango, Obatala, and the many other what? Deities, they say. We have our own infinite concept of who we what? Are. And no matter where we are, we're going to take the resources and generate them.
Yes.
We don't have a finite what? Resource concept. And they said, French, bring your goddamn guns.
Yes.
What happened? What happened?
They took it.
What happened, brothers and sisters?
They sent them on their way.
What happened to IIT? What happened? That was the first republic. And it didn't happen because someone signed a piece of paper. It happened because they controlled their self-conceptualization concept. They didn't allow someone to come in and tell you who you must worship, how you must worship them, and how you must go about your life with them. And from that,
Yes.
you know your connection to your forefathers. And if you know the connection to your forefathers, that they never died, you know that you are infinite and not finite. And when that takes place, the next step, there's no gun, no nothing that can stop you from standing on your platform. This is why we're afraid to listen to those who come to us and say, listen, you are infinite, because you're worried about your parents. I said you're worried about your parents.
Yes.
Let me say that again.
Please.
You worried about your parents. And some of y'all think your parents that you have in your mind, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about your parents who trained your parents, who brought you into this level of a finite God concept. Because you wasn't always there. So who are your parents? Who are your parents? Because my parents didn't bring me into this room with that. That's why I'm not liked. That's why I'm on the circuit. They don't want to be around me. I know. I know it. I know I came here to make change.
Yes.
I'm not going to be liked. I ain't worrying about death because death is not a reality to me. So who are your parents? Who taught you these concepts? Oh yeah, I'm activating things. Who are your parents? You said it, sister.
Yes.
That's your parents. And that's who are the architects of this what? System. So brothers and sisters, I want to show y'all. Is it okay if I continue?
Please do.
Okay? Okay, on the camera, brothers and sisters, the sister said that her parents are the consciousness of the slave masters. And I said correct.
Yes.
All right? And now I said the consciousness now.
Yes, sir.
Because the consciousness does not say a color.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying color. I'm not saying white man. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not blaming nobody. Because when we get to this point, we're going to have to show you how we were the architects that went to sleep.
Yes.
Me and you the architect that went to sleep. We're the secret of the Masonic code.
Yes.
They know the master builder is going to wake up. They know the master builder can build without a compass or a square.
Yes.
And the way you build without a compass or a square is understanding self.
Yes.
That's all Masonry is about. There's no secret. But because you don't have your understanding of who you are, you worried about God if He gonna punish you. I'm running out of cash flow. Oh man, I better hustle. I need this white man for this, so I don't want to get the cops upset telling him I can. Yeah, here's my card. It don't have nothing to do with the cops, New York City, drugs, all this. It's all about you understanding who you are. And when you keep going outside of yourself for answers, you will always stay on that path with the blindfolds on. And that's how the world looks at us. Are they gonna ever wake up? I'm a Negro. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm Moorish American. I'm a Muslim, man. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a comedic. I'm this. You lost. And the world laughing at us.
Yes.
Like, when they gonna wake up?
Yes.
And on that key, let me get on nationality. Let me tell you what nationality is.
Please. Please.
Nationality, the root of nationality is a nation. What does a nation consist of? Tribes. What tribes consist of? Clans. What's clans consist of? Households. Is this correct, brothers and sisters?
Yes.
What's a household consist of? Self. What is self? Male and what? Now, if you ain't talking that, you ain't talking nationality. You can't pay me for this. How can you pay me for your bloodline? Means you disconnected. How you gonna have me come give you some paperwork? Sister, either you my sister or you what? Not. Okay, I'm gonna charge you for being my sister? How foolish. You my mother, mom. You my mom, right? I need you to give me some paperwork to show me you my mom. Okay, baby, come on in the room. I got a typewriter. Let's put some stuff together, put a seal and a flag and a code on it. Mom, what are we talking about? This is how lost we are, brothers. And people are exploiting our ignorance, even our own people. Why? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
Next week we Moors. Next week we this. Next week we that. This leader say this. This leader say, hey, wait a minute now. Wait, who are we? Damn, who are we, man? This European been a European since he been here.
Yes.
Now we go from this to this to this to this to this. Wait, hold up now. Absolutely, who are we? Went to the Indian reservation. The guy said, listen, brother, how you doing? I said, I'm fine, brother. Went all the way up to North Dakota. I went to the tribes to see these brothers and sisters. And I saw the oppression and the tyranny that our brothers and sisters were facing. And I saw that they were United States citizens, no simpler than anybody else around here, the United States citizens.
Yeah.
And the brother asked me one thing. He said, brother, it's been a while since I've been operating with brothers. I said, okay. He said, what do you all call yourself today? He was serious. You guys were Negroes, you went to black, now you're Afro-Americans. Is there a new name now so I can appropriately call you your name? Okay. So let me get on this chart here, brothers, because this is some serious stuff here. We got all these people coming in here charging you this and charging you that. You can come with me, you can be in my empire, you can be in my consortium, my society, you can come to my nation, you can come to this and that. And you ask the brother a basic question, bro, what's nationality? Indigenous to the land. You see that finite resource? Then they're going to tell you, North, South, East, and South America, that's it. Brother, we infinite. We span beyond any continent you want to put. When was land ever a boundary for us? When was a planet a boundary for us?
Right.
Wake up! How you gonna limit me with some box paperwork? basic questions. End of the day, how much money? Let me pay you. Okay, yeah. And I help you in your court cases. I don't participate because I know myself. So the thing I'm saying is, when you understand this process, it's going to get back to what we're talking about now. The functional, conceptual model. Who are you? Self. What does self comprise of? Male and female. Our ancestors told us the first lesson is knowledge of self. Once you understand self, you will see the entire picture.
Yeah.
Know thyself.
Know thyself. It's all written all over the place. We've got all these comeditations. But they're not talking self. That's the only lesson that we need. Everything else will come about. What other lesson can we talk about, brothers and sisters? You know we warring at home. Brothers and sisters don't talk. You know we have problems.
Yeah.
Who's coming with that solution? You got elders who ain't married. And when you talk to them about marriage, what they say, they got an excuse, don't they? This and that and this and all this, and men ain't this and that, women ain't that. Let me tell you, brother, let me tell you, you young, you don't know what you're talking about. Bro, I'm not young, mom and dad, I'm not young, I'm you, I'm infinite. Don't put me in that finite category.
Yeah.
You know the children that come are older than you.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you know it, which means one season I'm going to have to humble myself and listen to my great-great-grandson when he sit me down. But he got to sit me down. I'm not sitting down. He got to sit me down.
Yeah.
And when he come with these equations and he sit me down, then I'm going to say, hey,
All right.
I've done my job.
Yes.
That is our goal as parents. It's our goal to be set down. And when you set down, you've done your job. You can go. What's the need for you here? You've done your job. But if you're burying your children, something you don't understand.
Absolutely.
You don't understand something. Elder, you need some help. You gonna listen to your children, elder? Or you gonna fight? What's it gonna be, brothers and sisters? It's about the purpose. It ain't about your ego. We have to get our stuff rolling again. Okay?
Yeah.
So, what I like to put up, brothers and sisters, since we got the concepts of why we're afraid to step into this realm, I'm going to draw the map. I did not draw the map to you all last week. I didn't put it up. But I'm going to put the map up. It's an abstract map, and we're all in this level. You've seen it before. But I'm going to do it, I'm going to orientate it another way. Okay? And when I explain it to you, you're going to understand. All right? So, just work with me for a second. I'm going to go ahead and put it up. We have female here, and we have what on this side? Male.
Yeah.
Gotta have that. You understand? Okay? Now, brothers and sisters, this is what forms reflection. The universe only operates on reflection, and the reflection is oneness. That's it. That's all it is. And any master before you that does not speak upon the laws of reflection is mimicking someone else that he took information from. He's not an architect. When you're in line with the architect, the only thing you can speak about is reflection, because that's all the universe is made of, is reflection. Me looking at you now, our eyes are reflecting. And if you do like this, you all been in the pool before, right? Been swimming? Can't you feel the current? If you do like this, everyone, just do this. Do you feel the water? Do you feel the water? You are in a pool right now. You swimming now. Now take your mind, and if you in the pool, can't you come to the top?
Yes.
Well, why can't you do that now? Come on.
Yes.
You infinite. There's nothing you can't come out. You just got to know your reference of where you are and what's the map. These are absolute laws and principles. The air is the water. Your eyes receive the water. Your nose eats your ears. It's nothing but a variation of vibration that each sense operates, but it's one sense.
So you got to understand that this is nothing but reflection. The universe operates on nothing but reflection. So I'm going to write this down here in the green. Okay? Reflection. Now, y'all know this, right? Mm-hmm. You all call it tree of life, right?
Yes.
Commanded, brothers and sisters, tree of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. What's this one called?
Is it the same tree of life?
Okay. Electromagnetic. Proto-magnetic. Now see, even our interpretation of our ancient studies have been given to us from a perception of duality. If you don't know self, you don't even know how to look at these Kemetic books for it to make sense. That's why we're not building as our ancestors built, because we don't understand the map.
Yes.
You can't get this from a European book. You can't get this from the scholars who didn't understand this, because they only regurgitating the information that they received from those who initially put it out there to confuse you. A Rosetta Stone. Who wrote that Rosetta Stone? And we built all these books based on a Rosetta Stone. And we grab all these pirates. Oh yeah, brother, this is what this means. Sister, this is what this. Show me in your life where you can manifest with the energies and the deities of what our ancestors did. No, I don't want to hear it, brother. Show me. I am manifesting to you all now what our ancestors did. This brother can. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters who do, but they can't speak to us. Why? Because of those three concepts.
Yes.
The brothers and sisters who have mastered it, they have to tread on how they speak to us. Well, brother, how am I going to say this? Nothing but Jesus, man. Nothing but... That's you taking me out of my Jesus. Don't be taking me from Jesus. Okay, sister, I'll talk to you later. What we gonna do? How do our ancestors talk to us when we jam down with Jesus and Allah and the prophet? Peace and blessings be upon him, brother. Don't speak. No, I love the prophet. I love Jesus. I love the prophets. Yes, they are us. But our orientation for understanding who they were and how they came to teach us is not functional. We are lost. You see more people in the church and in the masjid who are desensitized, sitting there.
Sick.
You see them sick. Got all these issues and don't know what to do or say. They scared to say this, that some sheikh gonna say something to them. They scared to say this to the pastor. He's gonna say, you need a Holy Ghost revival, brother. And hold on. Did I give you information without you paying tithes? Let me check the book. Oh, you paid up. Okay, all right, brother. Come on in the room. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the brothers and sisters who understand some of these things have issues because of those three concepts. So they're almost as if they're silenced. They have issues because they have problems communicating, because after a while, if you're not communicating with people who understand what you're communicating, you lose your own form. You get any champion who don't work out. Whatever you do, if you don't work it out, you're going to what? Now you start speaking like them. Well, I guess you know I need to come to church. Everybody else at church. Let me go to church. That's what happens to brothers and sisters who become enlightened. They get beat down. It's because of this map, brothers and sisters. We don't understand the orientation of the map. So you know this is the tree of life. But in the scripture they said it was another tree. What was that tree called?
Knowledge.
Huh?
Knowledge of good and evil.
Say it again.
Knowledge of good and evil.
Y'all remember he said, okay, let them eat from this tree, but we can't let them have the tree of what?
Knowledge.
Because if they do that, they'd be like what? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If we let them eat of this tree, they'd be like what? So we got to keep them what?
Ignorance.
Locked out of the garden. Did Adam get what? Locked out.
Yes.
So today I'm going to open the garden up. I'm going to open the seal of the garden so you can see that it's the season now for you to come back into the garden. The garden's been locked out. Why? Because of our concepts. Only Allah, God, or whichever infinite being you want to talk about can lock it. And only Allah, God, or which infinite being you can talk about can unlock it. So what I'm saying to each and every one of us, we are one. Reflection of self. I don't own nothing, you don't own nothing, we can't do it. We are one. You understand? Okay, so you understand this tree. But you got to understand that it has to be a male tree too. And you got to bring them what?
Together.
And what do you get, brothers and sisters, when you bring these together?
One.
Yes.
Do you see that? Isn't this our symbol? Who made this symbol? But we never understood how this symbol came about. We just thought it was these two coming in. No. No. One is female, one is what?
Male.
Male organ, female organ what?
Male.
Come together, you get us, right? Then we all come through from that reflection.
Yes, it
Hey. Make sense, brothers and sisters?
Yes.
This is the map. I don't want to hear no more of this garbage. If you cannot come to me, and I'm talking to all you people, brothers and sisters, who proclaim you know it. If you know it, then we agree. If you don't know it, then I want you to learn it. Please stop confusing the people. If it's not based upon the principles of self, it don't make sense. I don't want to hear what you got from your teacher that didn't understand this matter. And if you got it, I want you to what? Manifest it. This is manifestation. So now, I'm going to break some other things down. And this is an important part. Then I will get into how you navigate the map. All right? You want to drive it, don't you?
Yes.
You came from Bronx or Queens or Manhattan, wherever you came from, the island, New York City, you had to know where your place was, right? And how to navigate to get to Harlem, right?
Yes, sir.
If this is a map, then I should be able to show you how to what? Navigate. I should be able to explain to you how to make a step, a left, a right, up, down. You understand? So, oh yeah! And at the same season, I should be able to find out where you are on the map. And if you stuck, how to get out. You understand? This is a healer. A healer knows a map. And a healer can listen to your symptoms. What did you eat this morning? Look at you. I know if you're lying to me, you don't want to expose something, because most of the time when you ask people what's wrong with them, they don't really want to get to the nature of it. They want to tell you all these effects, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's the brother name? Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, what you are speaks so loud that I'm not hearing a word that you saying. That's a healer. I'm not hearing the words and form of what you're saying. I'm listening to the reflection of us. I'm listening to the reflection. What this inner spirit is saying. Not this formulated, I don't want to let them know this. I don't want this to happen. I don't, whew. You understand?
Yeah.
And this is how we learn how to communicate. Not saying what it is that we know needs to come off our chest. But a healer has to listen to what their inner spirit is saying. You understand?
Yeah.
You might tell me, I broke my ankle, broke my back, broke this and this and that, and I'm listening. But this brother did give me a Band-Aid and put a cast on me, didn't do nothing, because that ain't the cause. I might ask you a question and leave. 2 days later, this brother figured me out. He knew I was lying. He knew I was full of it. I gotta go tell my mom what happened. And the moment you tell your mother what happened, you release. You hobble yourself to the hospital, get your cast, everything's fine. I healed. I mean, I'm not healed the way you wanted me to heal, but I healed the way you needed. That's a healing. Thank you, sister. You understand? Okay?
Yeah.
So, I have to put locations on the map. Okay? New York City map has location, right?
Yes.
You know the Bronx, you know Boogie Down, you know Staten Island, you know Brooklyn, you know Queens, you know Manhattan, and sometimes people say Jersey a little bit, you know, this and that, you go over to Jersey. Let's give Jersey its props, things of that nature. All these things, there are locations on the map, right?
Yeah.
So, there are locations here. All right? So, brothers and sisters, let me tell you some locations. Now, the first thing is, one location is called, and I'm going to put a Q there, and this Q is for quantifier. This one here is a T. That's for thinker. And then this is an I for intuitor. Right?
Yes.
And for the male, it's this way, this way, this way. Okay? I'm going to show you though. I'll get to you. Because brothers and sisters, in your mind, there's a way that you are processing your thoughts. It's your thoughts on how you process that attracts your lesson. I say it again. In your mind, it's a system of how you put together your thoughts. And the way you put together your thoughts attracts your lesson. It's what? Reflection. So you got to know how and where your mind process is. How are you processing your thoughts? Are you a quantifier? Are you a thinker? Are you an intuitor? Uh-oh, I'm breaking some stuff up, right? I'm going to take you out. I'm taking you out of your realm. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you some places. You got to know where you're on the map. Are you an intuitor, a thinker, or a quantifier? Brothers and sisters, majority of our people are not thinkers. They don't even know what thinking is. They're quantifiers. Brother, the garden is open. Sister, the garden is open. Don't worry. I'm going to give you some food. Give you some grapes. I'm going to refresh you, sister. I'm going to refresh you. I'm going to refresh you, brother. It's been a while. It's been a while, sister. It's been a while. It's been a while, people. But we opening up the garden.
Yeah.
The garden is open. You got to get nourishment. Which means you got to go through a baptism again. You got to be cleansed again. It's been years that we've been out of the garden, struggling.
Yeah.
It's time for us to walk into the garden. But you got to understand your condition and understand where you are in your condition so that we can give you the water you need to move forward in your path. Because this world that we bringing in, the analytic season, is the growth season. Spring is here, brother. Okay? The leaves are going to turn green again, brothers and sisters, okay? The snow is over, all right? All this crumbling, oh, man, turn off. Ah! You understand? Foraging for food and all this, brothers and sisters. It's over. Who's going to bring it in? We are.
Yes.
We are the people of the sun.
Yeah.
Who else can bring it in but the people of the what? Of the sun. How do you bring it in? You got to know how to bring it in. I can't give you speculation. I got to give you step by step on how to bring the season in. Spring is here. spring come, don't you smell the berries, brother? Right? All right, now, watch out now. You walking. Don't you see those thighs? The sister, oh, let me stop looking. Right? That's for the young girl. Oh, don't you smell the food of mom? Don't you see staying out late? Don't you see the longer playing time? Come on now, right?
Yeah.
Don't you smell the flowers? Right? Your attraction levels start beating up, your heart, boom, 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 boom. Brother playing the what? Talking drum. Hey! That's what the village. Come on, everybody. Hey, let's get a shake on. Let's shake it on down, right? Hey, brothers and sisters, we've been through a long journey.
Yes.
We have to celebrate too. The garden is open. The garden is open. Let's get refreshed. Put your mind on this, that we are calling the end to fruition. The spring. Regardless if you're part of it or not, you're part of it. Everyone understand?
Yeah.
We're walking into the garden. And the garden is right where we are. Okay?
Yeah.
So, a quantifier, a thinker, an intuitive, they all have distinctive ways of managing their thoughts. Okay? The way I manage my thoughts, the way you manage your thoughts, is how we must attract each other. You understand? Now this is what they talk about, the variances of consciousness. Let me see how I can communicate with myself to bring myself, to synchronize myself into a level of same plane level of communication. You understand?
Yeah.
Y'all get my point? And the way you do that is by knowing your state of what? Mental processing. And the way you know a being's state of mental processing is from their experiences. Because the way you process here will attract your environment. Watch the man's environment, you see how he thinks. All right? So if a man is not coming to you, or a sister is not coming to you, and not talking about the principles of self, they don't know the matter. They're quantified. No matter how many conscious books they read, they can tap into some thinking, tap a little into it, and we do it naturally. But your base concept is a quantifier. Because you have yet to substantiate the principles upon which you move. You can't move without these two being as one. But if you got problems with him, and he got problems with her, you got problems with your movement. You ain't moving. You're not moving. You're not. It's done. It's a wrap. You're not moving. Because this cue and that cue is what? Reflection. So if this is not in your life, how can you move? You stuck. You're mad. You're hating on somebody. Because you're not submitting to the lesson. The lesson is male and female understanding oneness. That's the lesson. That's the life lesson. Anything you want to grow through, this is what it's about. There's nothing else. And it's infinite, and it never stops. It's not like you get to 100 and it's over. It's not finite, brother. It's an infinite cesspool of water that just keeps. You want to go? Come on, let's go. You want to grow here? Come on, sister, let's go. You want to leave this planet and go to this planet? Sister, we can go. Oh, you tired of Mars now, right? Let's go to Jupiter. All right. Oh, sister, you know what? You tired of this solar system? I'm going to show you something. Take you over here. Now, when we're in that solar system, we boogieing on down with the brothers and sisters up there. Then we say, you know what? I miss Earth. I do too. Sister, let's go back. You got it. Now, you know in the proto-magnetic realm, I can't guide. That's my guy. She got it in the proto-magnetic. I have to sit there and be like, hey, okay, take me. When we go to the next realm, when we travel, sister, it's you, the one that can set the course. I can say this is where we want to go, but you are my navigator. You are my navigator. You are the navigator of self. The self, when it comes together, what's on the outside on this side? Y'all remember last time? When we had the protomagnetic? This, we had the electron inside, right? And what was on the outside?
Proton.
And the sister is the what?
Proton.
So who's on the outside? Who's the guy? The sister. And the electromagnetic, who's on the outside? The male. So in this realm, this is why the male is like the what? Protector. He's the one that says this, let me do this. While the sister sits with the child and nurse and do these different things. You understand?
Yes.
But in this realm, I'm inside.
Yes.
And I need my wife to encapsulate me. My wives, the sisters, to encapsulate me, to protect me.
Yes.
We don't understand this science, and I have to reveal this science.
Yes.
This is why ancients knew to have a circle of sisters who were spiritual. It was these sisters that protected the king. He didn't have, okay, if we fight in this village, you get these sisters together, they sitting there. They sitting back doing rocking. One go do something, one come back. Oh my, they knew. Sisters, we have to wake up.
Yes.
We're going into the season where you're going to be the one that's going to be protected.
Yes.
This season, the male is the protector. That's why it's like that. That's why we all beefed up. Because the dominant season is the catalytic season right now.
But the male,
Yes.
they're supposed to protect, aren't they?
In this season, yes.
I mean, the nation, the village.
Yes. In this realm, when we talk about the electromagnetic spectrum, the male is built to protect. That's why we have this. The sister is built to what? Nourish and to bring forth the child. All you have to do is look at male and female and you will know the realm. When you got a powerful sister that wakes up and know this realm spiritually, you can make moves on this chessboard that can never be made. Because the chess game is nothing. That's how far we asleep, brothers and sisters. If we're not talking about functional steps on how we have to rectify our understanding of self, we're not going to move. So the order of the day is to hit a woman in the head and say she's dirty and foul. And to get a bunch of group of brothers to come together to agree and to keep the woman substandard. And as long as you keep your mom, your daughter, your sister substandard and understanding who she is, the nation will never grow.
Absolutely.
But you're going to give me some paperwork. I can't just goddamn paperwork. Not my face. Take me to your house and show me your queen. And I don't want to talk to you. Let this queen talk to me. And when she tell me about what's happening in your house, how you gonna get in front of people and you ain't built your house?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't talk to me about that until you can build your house.
Yes.
That is the backbone of a nation, male and female.
Yes.
And if you got her on lock, stock, and barrel, how you gonna grow, brother? I don't want to hear it. If that's your Islam, keep it. That's your Christianity, keep it. That's your Judaism, keep it. I don't want it. I would never suppress my
Self.
the woman to tell you everything. No, brothers, you want a brother? Don't talk to him. Go talk to his wife.
Yes.
Sister, what's happening? Well, you want the real? I'm gonna be real with you. You fake. The Negro front. He's scared. He talking all this rah-rah. Should tell you.
Yes.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much. And you move. You move. Sisters, brothers, you want the real on the sister? Go to the other brother. Oh yeah, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Brother, let me tell you. She do that to you, brother? She do that to you too? Let me tell you what else she gonna do, brother. She ain't hit you with the big one yet. She rolling you up now, brother. What? Yeah, but I'm being real with you, man. I love the sister. But brother, let me say, I'm so happy I'm not with her right now. There's a lot of drama going on. Baby, the brother said this. Oh, he hate what? He said what? Let me tell you what he did. Let's see, that's where we at, brothers and sisters. That's where we at. And if we ain't solving that, I don't want to hear it. Don't invite me to your lecture. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. If you're not talking about self, male and female, well, I can't contribute because that's BS. That's always, brother, this is the issue. We got to fix this. If you ain't talking about this, you wasting my time. I don't want to hear about your plutonium and this. You ain't traveling there unless you with the sister. Brother, I know you ain't astroplaning, brother. You lying, brother. Because it's that sister the only way you can get into the astroplane like that, brother. Thank you all. Going into part 2. For the time, I don't like the time. In some seasons when you're going, it's like you have to keep going. When you're healing someone, there's no time. If I had to look at my watch every 5 minutes, oh wait a minute. It takes away from the energy of what you're doing. Time doesn't exist, but in our reality at this season, it's existing because we have to agree to it. But I'd like to continue where we are on this particular lesson. And the point that I left off last was that you have the levels of mental processing, or like I said, mental management. How you manage your what? Thoughts. And why I'm saying that, brothers and sisters, if you guys did not see one of the first tapes, and I thank Brother Sarnetta for this. Brother Sarnetta brought me out last year. No, I'm going on 2 years now. This will be actually 2 years now. Brother called me from my house and said, listen, bro, I need you to open up for the powerful Phil Valentine. And on that tape, if you didn't see that intro, the intro talks about a lot of stuff that I'm saying now. But I've grown a lot since that. But this nature of what I was talking about is there. And I would like you guys to come get this from Brother Azariah, Brother Sarnetta, Brother Amun in Queens, Brother Rich in Brooklyn, and all the other places that you know. It's Mayan calendar 2012. Phil Valentine has a beautiful lesson because he's talking about the 2012 calendar and which we are all preparing for, because we have to walk into the garden. 2012 will be the marking attribute on the Roman calendar when we, as the melanated beings, will begin to bring forth the analytic season. It's happening now, but we're in the process of substantiating the season. So on this tape here, I'm talking about introspection. Okay? And introspection is the management of your experiences based upon absolute laws and principles. Okay? This will be a beautiful tape for brothers and sisters who want an intro into what it is that we're talking about. So please check with the respective vendors and brothers who carry it. All right? Thank you. And the reason why I said that is because as a quantifier, you are in introspection mode. You're infinitely in introspection mode. No matter what you're doing, you are in introspection. Okay? Because the way your eyes are shaped, you think you're looking here, but you're actually looking here. I'll say that again.
Yes.
The way your eyes are shaped, you think you're looking externally, right? You're actually going back into your head. You can look at any neural, or what is it called, optic, the science for optics, and you talk about the eyes and the bandwidth of wavelengths of light, how you see wavelengths of light. What's it called?
Aeronology.
Aeronology, yes, thank you. And you will see that you're not looking this way. So we're infinitely in what's called introspection mode, meaning that we're infinitely managing our experiences. When I mean experience, the experience has to do with the light frequency that you absorb. Okay? Or absorbing.
Yes.
Right? That is what?
Projected or projecting.
Which is causing what?
A motion to take place.
In the universe. So it's light frequencies that's going back and forth between male and what?
Female.
You see this, brothers and sisters? One is this way and one is what? It's reflection, male and female. So the experience is what we call, on a technical level, that's what it is. Now on a formal level, to make it grasp, make very basic sense, it's your experiences of the memories that you keep when you was a child. Okay? The experiences that are reoccurring in a previous life that you don't understand. A dream that reoccurs to you that you can't really interpret as an experience. Okay? How you manage your experiences determines your state of consciousness. Okay?
Yes.
And the way you know how someone manages their experiences is from their experiences. If someone got married 20 times, brother, you need some work with your experience, brother. Something ain't working. It's her fault. Let me tell you what she did. And wife number 17 did this. And wife number 19 did this, brother. But hey, I'm still standing. You know, Allah's behind me, brother. Allah's behind me. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to give me a good queen next, brother. I want a good queen. And wife number 21 is just like the first one. Okay? Why? Because this person doesn't understand introspection, doesn't understand that he's repeating the same problem over and over again. He's not listening to the solution. All right? This is how you understand someone's what? Mental introspection, how they process their thoughts. So I don't have to come to you and ask you a bunch of questions. All I got to do is observe you. A master always watches a man's substance, how he moves. If you ever be in a room amongst masters, it's not a bunch of talking. Each word that that master speaks has a vector potential. It has magnitude and direction. And the masters understand that the words that they speak are calling realities to take place. So a master, the first thing he wants to do is he has to sit back and assess who is it that he attracted. He can't prejudge you because he knows him.
Yeah.
So now he wants to say, which form am I coming to myself and what answer did myself give me? That's a master. So you're not going to get a master sitting back talking, you did this, you said that, you ain't this, you ain't that. He's not a master. Quantifying. Okay?
Yes.
So, the two ways. When you look at this, brothers and sisters, the quantifier, the way you see the product, which is his experiences. Let me write this up here first. You have experiences that bring forth your what? Experiences. Okay? So the way you manage these will bring forth what? Your experiences. Okay? So, a quantifier is going to produce two types of experiences. Right? The way he's going to produce his attraction, how you see what he attracts, is going to be two things. One, is duplication. The second way is imitation. The experience is going to produce two types of ways of processing things. Duplication and imitation. And let me explain that for you. Someone that is a pristine end user, when he wants to do something, what does he do? He looks at his neighbor. How you do that? Oh, you got a computer? Okay, well let me go down to the store and buy what? A computer. All right? Oh, wow. Sister, this sister make jewelry. She make a lot of money. How she do that? Let me read a book. And let me learn how to make jewelry like these sisters. And what they end up doing? Imitate. Because they didn't duplicate the same jewelry that the sister made, but they imitated the process. Brothers and sisters, let's go. Let's walk up 125. Brother Michael just died.
Yeah.
How many duplicators and imitators we have in the world? They quantify. That's what a quantifier does. He must imitate. So you watch Scarface. Man, I'm gangster. You go imitate it. This is how you know. Okay? You're trendy. When you're an imitator, a quantifier, you're trendy. Whatever the trend come out, you jump on it. Moors is hot right now. Moors is hot. I'm a Moor, man. I've been a Moor since then. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Black power, this and that. You're trendy. You don't have a mind of your own. You don't know. This is the Benz you got to drive now. Let me get the Benz. That's a quantifier. Now, brothers, I know it's going to hurt a lot of brothers and sisters' feelings because your self-image is based upon you being conscious. But now, since the map is being revealed, now I can locate you on the map. I don't even have to come to you. It's right here on the map. You're a quantifier. Now, if you're not a quantifier, you're going to show me products that you have produced and experiences that is not based upon what? Imitation and what? Duplication. That's the real. Take me to your house and show me the product. If you're conscious, show me the product. The brother just showed me what? A magnet. Where did he get that from? Where did you get that from, Brother Azra?
I can't even remember.
You added things, you came up with a concept, you put things together.
Oh, the organ, yeah.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Okay? The sisters is creating jury. The sisters create jury. They're doing something. They have another mental process that's going on in their mind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we have to locate our brothers and sisters in consciousness. You can't just take their word for it that they're conscious. All you got to do is look at their what? Their product, their experiences. And this is the way we have to look at our predecessors. We have to look at Noble Drew Ali. We have to look at the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have to look at Marcus Mosaic Garvey. We have to look at them and look at their what? Products. To see where they with what? Reflection. You can't just take what they said if they're not manifesting these what? Because their whole thing is to tell you, brother, listen to me. That's the mistake I what? Don't do that. That was in 1920. Brother, this is 2010. Things change. That was my teaching then. Take the core components of it. You can use that, cut that off, and do this. But no. Prophet said this in the one-on-ones, and this the way it is, and that's it.
Hallelujah.
Come on, brother. The prophet is alive. He ain't going nowhere. But are you talking to him? If he came today, he wouldn't do it today. Today, the prophet would have a whole other set of tools. He would have a whole other dress. I mean, come on. Stop change.
Yes.
The season's changing. Why can't the material change?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are working with alleged leaders who are what? Quantifiers. Who are what? Imitating and duplicating. It's all they know. So they set up a vendor table and they want to sell you all this stuff. Brother, where you get this from? I copied. Brother, where you get this from? I stole it. Brother, where you... Okay. Thank you, brother. So that's the wisdom of your knowledge. You know it. You held responsible now, brothers and sisters. You know it. If they're coming out dropping stuff, you need to see the product. From the product, you can see what's going on in the what? In the mind. Make sense?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So as a thinker can start off as an imitator. But a thinker goes into what's called you have to manifest to be a thinker. A thinker can manifest something. Now I have to tell you all what manifestation is. Okay? Now when you're at the state of manifestation, you make a change in the world. A manifester makes change. People don't like the manifester. They always want to target the manifester. They fight them. The manifestors come in here to just do one thing. To set another course. That's it. That's what they're here to do. When you realize a manifester, everyone continues to call that manifestor name for years and years and years and years. Because the manifestor came in here and said, hey, no, you guys don't understand. I don't agree with that. That's garbage. That's this and that. And then people want to what? Come charge him and kill him. But he what? Prevails. And bam! That's what happened with the manifestor. Why? Because what are the stages for manifestation?
You have to think first, right?
Yeah, but the first thing that happens to a manifestor is the manifestor receives information. Then he looks at it. Then he becomes knowledgeable after viewing it, right? So, wow, that makes sense. I gotta change some things in order to apply that. He makes the changes. Then he applies the knowledge, right? And after he continues to apply the knowledge, he gains wisdom. And when you gain wisdom on some knowledge, you find out all the stuff that you don't know about it. Whoa, I didn't know this was connected to this. This was connected to that. This is connected with this. Now the person's mind opens up for understanding the system of the wisdom, of the information he got. Because he got a piece of it. So now he has to see how this interoperates with self. That's understanding. You move from wisdom to understanding. You say, how does this operate with what? Self. That forces that being to begin to understand the male and female principles. Right? Then when he battles that out, him and the sister, come on, baby, this round one, round two, let's battle this out. We're gonna stick it, we're gonna get it, baby, we're gonna get it. I don't care what happens, we're gonna get this. And when they get it, and it starts working, right? That's only when you have power. Power is when you got understanding on lock. Because you got the male and female working together. Now you got power. You're standing on something of substance. Because you and your queen now, I can say something, she'll pick back up. Like I said, I started with the definition and she picked it up. And she took it on and completed it. That's self. That means you got to be in tune with yourself like that. If I started, she pick it up. If I drop it, she hold it. You get my point? The ball never what? Drop. It never fall. We keep that ball what? Moving, right? We keep it moving. That's power.
Yeah.
And the moment you get power, you say, you know what? We got to what? Reproduce. We got to what? We got to reproduce. A baby got to come for the womb. A baby got to come. Because we got it together. We got male and female what? Whew, ain't that when you make love?
Yeah.
Don't you got to be in harmony?
Yeah.
Right? Don't y'all got to be in sync? Right? Come on now. You in sync. It's getting hot. Woo! Yeah, baby. We on it. 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles. Woo! What? Ding, 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 ding. It's a wrap. Now you gone, right?
Yes.
Right? You my point?
Yeah.
And then that baby come out. You understand? That's manifest what? Manifestation. Can you do that? Yes, we've done it.
Yes.
Yes. But at this season, brothers and sisters, we're caught up in a quantified mindset. We have lost our mind in terms of how to be thinkers to manifest. We're still operating what? Imitation and duplication, brother. Look at our businesses. Go to any of our stores, look at our businesses. In our communities, all this hairdress shop, little restaurant. We ain't building nothing no more. And the ones who build, they laugh at them. All the artisans, I want to buy that from them. Artisans got to give you an extra brother, cousin, friendship discount on top of a discount in order to make a move. Hook a brother up. Brother, did you go to Macy's actually hook you up?
No.
You go to Walmart actually cut a price?
No.
Now you know when I take this home, I'm taking these children to school. You know I'm a mother, I'm doing these things. Brother, just drop 20 on them. If I drop 20, you're going to have to drop something else. $20, bro? You're not saying any more, brothers and sisters?
Please.
Look at our business.
Yes.
What products are we creating, brother? We get from the Korean, go up and down here on 125th. They go down and get from the Korean, come up, Korean duplicated, they go imitate it. Oh, Korean, oh yeah, man. Yeah. That's where we at. Does that make sense, brothers? Okay? So that's a thinker. A thinker is going to what? Do imitation as well as what? Manifestation. When a thinker comes out of imitation, he's not going to no longer say, you know what? I've been selling these bags for these Koreans for this long. I'm going to make my bag, brother. I got to make it. I don't care what. I'm going to give me some leather. I'm going to learn how to do this. He's stepping into understanding. He said, how do you get leather? How do you tarnish leather? How do you do this? Where's the ink? Where's the dyes? What is this? Now he's going on another level, another journey. He has to step away from the selling to go into what? Take his mind to another level. And then the moment he gets to that understanding, he's got to have a queen. The queen will say, baby, I got you. You go and do this and I'm going to handle this. You can't make it without each other. There's no way you're going to make it without each other. He comes back home with the understanding, babe. Look, this is what we got to do. Okay, baby, let's do it. You know my girlfriend over here, and she can do this, and we can have this party, and we can make it happen. Come together. You get power. Now the brother produces his own bags. Got his own brand on it. And he got a community of people, what? Working with it, right? Like Brother Azariah, his wife and queen. You see, this is understanding. Going into power. This is power. Now the moment we have to do now is take it into what? Manifestation. To where it's not just here on 125th Street. It's where? Philadelphia, Boston, Baltimore, all across the nation, all across the world. You understand?
Yeah.
Now that's manifestation.
I get calls from China, Russia, all over the place. Emails from all over the world. About these classes.
About these classes.
Germany.
Okay?
Wow.
So y'all seeing this, right? Is it making sense?
Yeah.
We going up the ladder? All right. Now, I'm going to take it to another one. Okay. Y'all got that one?
Yes.
Now I'm taking you to manifestation because what I'm actually doing is I'm activating your internal lexicons and databases. I'm activating them, whether you're conscious of it or not, because I have manifested, and because I can manifest, the words that I speak are vectors. And when you hear them and it goes inside your internal lexicon, your bloodline, I am substantiating and activating it. I'm making it hot to where your visions are going to change. The people you're going to attract is going to change. Because I can speak on it because I've lived it, not because I mimicked it or memorized it. If someone mimics something or memorized something, if they speak it, it won't activate you. It's vibration. But the person who has done it, and when they speak it, I touch you. All right? So you're being healed. We're all being healed. Because now manifestation is starting to move. And all the things that you know you need to manifest, which is your path in life, is going to start attracting to you. What's this for? What's this for? What's this? Okay? All right. So as an intuitor one who manifests, but the intuitor take it to another level. Creation. The intuitor can create. Yes. Sisters and brothers, it's been so long since we've been creating. We don't, I mean, in our genetic line, the creation capacity of that has been asleep for so long.
Yes.
That when I say it to you, you like, creation. Creation. And you're the creator. When I tell you about duplication and imitation, you like, yeah, I know what that is. They copied my stuff last week. When I tell you creation, you like. So in order for me to say this, that means that I've already activated this. I'm awake.
Yes.
Which means we are what? Awake. The garden is open. Brothers and sisters, you got to get this out. You got to say the garden is open. It's our season to create.
Yes.
We will put the sleep into these realms. Imitation and what? Duplication. That's why you see all over the world, we are attempting to be like somebody else. In all these different countries, they may say they national, they got they this and that. They still on the capitalistic program. They still part of the IMF. Still part of the World Bank. Still hustling loans from this bank. Still trying to trade with China. They still don't know what's going on. That's us all over the world. We don't know what's going on. Hey, man. Got all this cultural stuff on, but in our mind, we what? Quantifiers. Imitation and duplication. And then we mad at each other. Oh, God. At least I'm Nigerian. That's a kind of... Ha. Brother, please, brother, please. We got the same blood.
Yeah.
You just as confused as me. Until we come together as one family, none of this stuff is going to move. Nowhere. Nowhere. We have to know where we are on the map, and we have to understand that our mental processes predicate our experiences. The way you know how you operate, and look at your experiences. Look at what you bring around you. Are you creating something? If you're not creating nothing, what products are you bringing in your house? Do you have any power over any of the products that are in your house? Damn. Do you have the power over any products that come into your house? No. Then you're an end user in someone else's system. How do you get power over the products in your house? And to create, you have to master self. And to master self, you have to know the map. You have to know the map, this map. Okay? And when you know the map, you are now in charge of your self-conceptualization system. You must control your self-conceptualization system. If you're not controlling your self-conceptualization system, someone is managing you. And I just put on the table that you are not controlling. Because on this map, we are conscious of imitating and duplication. We're not conscious that we can create manifest. We're not even conscious of quantifying, thinking, and what? Intuiting. These are the states of consciousness. I don't want to hear no more, I'm conscious, I'm pro-national, I'm Rasta, I'm this, I'm that. No, brother. Go, show me, bring me to your house. Just say, take me to your house. Let me see your male and what? Female relationship. That's the way you're going to tell if they what? If they move. Then look at their products. Okay? Make sense to y'all, brothers and sisters? Make sense?
Yes.
So now on the circuit. Now, it may take some seasons, but with us, we can make a change. We have to put a standard out.
Yes.
Brother, are you a quantifier? Are you a thinker? Are you an intuitor? Where are you on the map? Where are you? Show me your products. Where did you get this information from, brother? Because you got to get information to get knowledge, to get wisdom, to get understanding, to get power, to manifest.
Yes.
So if you get this information, right?
Yes.
If you say you got a nation,
Yes.
huh? Well, you got to show me that you got what? Manifestation in your nation. Well then, no, don't tell me New York. Don't tell me this our land. They took this and then we indigenous, but you still on the bus. You ain't got your own currency. You still at Pathmark. You still buying from this Korean and all that. Man, get out my face. You don't have manifestation. You a fool. Got no nation. It's our flag, this is what we do. You ain't indigenous. Indigenous is understanding who you are.
Yes.
Got nothing to do with no piece of paper, no book. We the oldest people. Brother, on what? Piece of paper? If you know reflection, you know the white man is you.
Absolutely.
How are you older than him? When did he come in at? Oh, we've been here long. Brother, please, it's reflection. There's nothing outside the infinite. What's outside the infinite? No, it's a white man. We were here first. He was way over here. Okay, brother. It's infinite. What's outside the infinite? See, I'm going to tear up these concepts. These concepts are crushing our people across the nation. It's BS.
Yes.
If you got a nation manifested, take me to your place where you have your language spoken, your culture done, your animals being raised, your traditional rivers. Show me where your custom and your priests and your priestesses and your council was set up, and show me your script that you write that you wasn't fed from your oppressor. Show me that. Speak it. You don't come with me in English. Speak your language. Speak it. I don't want to hear it. You subjugated.
Yes.
You a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
You got an apartment with an address. I don't want to hear all this garbage. Take me to your place where they can't come. Take me to your place where they can't come. That you give me a visa to come in to buy with your currency. Oh yeah, I'm dropping it. I want to hear it no more. You don't have manifestation. You got what? Duplication. Oh yeah, the Indians got this. They got this piece of paper. Let's do that. Oh yeah, then they changed it. This U.S. said this. Let's do that. Department of State said this. Let's do this. We getting there. You ain't gonna never get there. They laughing at you. They gonna merry-go-round. They keep kicking it. They keep kicking it. It starts with self. You don't know who you are? You don't need no paperwork when you know who you are. You step in on those principles. And those principles will shatter all fallacies.
And you know, and Paul,
Yes.
in the Illuminati, they consider people who don't know themselves useless eaters.
That's what they are.
Useless eaters.
But I have to say it as the right. I have to say it, and I have to be stern with myself.
Yes.
Because I know I'm crafting concepts. I know people are holding on concepts that they hold dear to them. But I have to tell you, absolutely. And if you can break it, tell me how you're going to break it outside of self. How can you break something infinite? You can't. We're going to exist. We're going to exist. We're going to exist. We're going to exist. We're going to keep what? But we have to understand where we are in the season. And our ancestors knew this. When Kim was going down, when the catalytic season was coming, Kim prepared for it. They knew that the season was coming. When we had the great builds up, when we built up, we knew that the great buildup was a seed for the great destruction. So we started taking the deities and putting them in certain places. This is the big fable of Asar and the Set. They went and put it all over the world because they knew that the destruction was coming. And that the one who can bring it together will be the one to bring the nation back. Who can put all the what? Pieces. Put the body what? Back together. So we're not coming from a framework of understanding the universal laws and principles that the analytic season is here, that the catalytic season is going to sleep, and the only way we can activate this and substantiate this is that we must agree on the map and know our places in position on how we're going to build Kim again. We're talking garbage.
Yes.
You can see the whole world is changing. The whole world knows that we're waking up.
Yes.
The only one don't know is us.
It's sad.
No, it's the season, sister.
It is. Yes.
The only way that this can happen this way is that we, as the infinite, had to deactivate these processes. We had to deactivate creation and deactivate what? Manifestation. Because if we still had that in our genetic memory running, we would never go into the catalytic season. We would keep building. So we had to go to sleep. It's seasonal that we got into the Negro state. It's not nobody's fault. It's the season that we went to sleep. You're going to tell me the grass, because the snow's on it, it's its fault because it went to sleep? It's the season. But as the snow breaks, the grass knows when to what? Wake up. It's our season, brothers and sisters. The garden is what? Open. The garden is open. Wake up. Begin to manifest again. Begin to create again. Begin to manifest. Begin to create again. Do what you came here to do. And if anyone comes to us not talking about self, shut them straight. We don't have seasons to waste on your hypocrisy. If you don't understand, brother and sister, you are at this state. You're quantified. You need to start working with the sister. That's all I got to say. Take me to your house. Where your queen at? Oh, man, you know, she tripping and all. Stop. Stop right there. There's no wisdom he can tell you. He has no wisdom. Stop. She don't have a husband. She don't have wisdom. Leave it alone. She's still trapped in quantifying. She has to figure out her what? Herself. She has to know this first. Because she can never get into a state of manifestation. She don't have power. Because you can't do it without yourself.
Yes.
All these religions are based on keeping us against self.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now, brothers and sisters, I'm going to talk about introspection, and I'm going to get into the word. And I'm going to tell you again the power of the word. Now, every word we speak has a capacity. Oh, it reminds me. Now, brothers and sisters, I have to thank brother, what's the brother name who did that? The producer for Nas CD. I can't think of the brother's name at this season. I can't think of his name. But he took one of the tapes, actually this tape, 2012. And what I just said reminded me. He took the very words in this tape and made a song, track number 13 on Nas' CD. Track number 13, you will hear my voice on this CD. If you said it would just be saying that triggered me thinking about everything. I said every word I said, oh wait a minute, where did I hear this? It's on Nas' tape. And I want to thank you, Nas. I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for putting that out. I want to thank you all for putting it out. I really appreciate it because when you do it based upon self, things happen. I wasn't looking to be on a rap album or anything like that, and Brother Phil from Harlem came to me and said, brother, do you know you on Nas' tape? I said, brother, what do you mean? Nas, I never even met the brother. I love the brother, I never met him. He said, you on track 13, so I went and got it, and I heard it. So you will hear the same tape I'm talking about on Nas' latest album, 2008, track 13, where we are truly on it. All of us are on it. The conscious community is on it, and I also want to thank Brother Sinetta and Brother Phil Valentine for having me on that tape in order to do it. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the word. This here, experiences and experiences. Okay? You have to manage your experience in order to have an experience. And the way you manage your experiences to produce your experiences is by mastering the word. Okay? Now, mastering this word is the power, because every word we speak has a capacity. It's the words that hang here that will allow you to operate, whether you're on the male, female, in harmony, to work with each other. It's the words that transcend the protomagnetic and the electromagnetic. It's the words. Okay? As I'm speaking to you, your body is absorbing my words, right? And the absorption of the words has a vibration on it. And that vibration is what your genetic line is resonating upon. Okay? Because I've mastered controlling my words, I can speak words that are not the same words that some of my brothers and sisters are speaking. Because the way I speak it, I'm putting an energy behind it. And when you receive it, it activates your bloodline. Okay? And this is the heart of mind control, sensation. There are sensation ranges. Okay? There are sensations that you feel that you may not be conscious of hearing, but your body is picking them up. Okay? What they call elf and all these different things. There's also smells that you're not conscious of that is triggering certain things. There are colors, light waves, and things of that nature that take place. Also, materials. Now, you know, we should wear as much cotton, linen, and things of that nature. We all know about that. But a lot of the polyesters and things of that nature is mind control, toxic, mind control, these materials. So the point I'm making is, it's the word that allows us to transcend in between realities amongst each other. Because when you are asleep, you're speaking what? When you're dreaming, don't you hear your words? You still speaking what? Okay. Now the question is, where did you learn those words from? And what is the capacity of those words? Because your experience is your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And how you manage those thoughts bring forth your what? So the words are bricks. Okay, now, I'm building without the compass or the what? I'm a builder. I'm not building with a compass and a square. I'm building with an infinite tool. I'm the master builder. I'm awake. You can't fool me no more, self. You can't fool me. I got the tool. I got the tool. How do I create my reality? I know how to cut my bricks.
Yes.
My words are my bricks. I know how to cut them. So if I want to build this edifice, I gotta have manifestation bricks.
Yes.
If I want to create, I gotta have what? Infinite bricks.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us in here. Who built us? Oh, who built us? Did they take a compass and a square to build us? Oh, how are we built? Who had the tool to build this edifice, to build this, to build that? Who built it? We did. You don't think we can build it again?
Yes, we can.
What tool did you use, brother? Sister, what tool did you use? What tool did you use, Azariah? Come on, put it on the table. Put it on the table. South.
Yes.
Your words are bricks. They said the beginning was what?
Word.
And the word what? Who got the tool?
We do.
We got the tool. What's the tool, brother? What's the tool?
Self.
So the reason why you're not creating a manifestation is because you caught up with the compass and the square. The Masons duped you. Got you with bricks and shit and all this shit and sitting around with an apron on. And talking about, potent master. I'm the master builder.
And we still what?
And we still using that stuff. The master builder, that's all we doing, duplicating and imitating what we pass down to mankind. Because we ain't awake. The builder can take the word and cut it. Take that bad boy and say, okay, all right, queen, we're going to call it Ogun. This is the shape of Ogun. Will, word, structure, form. Wake up.
Yes.
Wake up.
Yes.
Wake up. I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Yes.
I'm awake. It's the tool. How do you cut those bricks? Because you wasn't built with a compass and a square brick, brother. Were you built with this brick, brother?
No.
Huh?
No.
Were you built with that?
No.
Okay, so why, I don't even know how you do it, whatever. So why are you using these tools for your mental process? You wasn't built with this brick. She wasn't built with no bricks and no sand and no clay. I didn't come and put you to patch. There's no way I can patch you together like that. So you're too beautiful. How can I do that? I gotta know creation. The children you all have, did you make it with a compass and a square? Come on. Who went to bed with an apron on? Hey, baby, watch out. You get the compass out. Let me go ahead and let me get the radius of your behind, baby. Come on. The radius of your behind is like this. But baby, it's all blown. There's a bubble in it. Something ain't right. The compass ain't working. Let me get a square. Let me have this for the square, baby. Let me see if I can do it that way. Let me go ahead and hind this up like this. Brother, who created with that?
Brother, I tried all of that.
Y'all understand? It makes sense? Okay? I'm making comedy out of it, but I'm waking us up. I'm waking you up that you have the tool of male and female to do anything you need to do. And it's not these tools here. These tools for this season are going to sleep. They're functional for the catabolic season. They're over. The world that we call into fruition can only be done with infinite tools, and we're bringing the tools in.
Yes.
So I have to activate you in your mind to understand the level of creation that you already do, but you have yet to substantiate. Okay?
Okay.
So, I understand. I'm going to close it out.
We got about a little more than 5 minutes to go ahead and do some questions if you want.
Okay. What I would like to do is, I'm going to say, and I'll get to questions. As I said, I need more seasons to go into certain things, but because of the constraint at this season, I will continue. But what I'm going to do is, I've gone through a lesson, brothers and sisters, that I have to say. Normally, I wouldn't even do what I'm doing now because of the agitation that I've received from my reflections when I speak on absolute laws and principles.
Yes.
Okay? But I've grown in my state where I have to submit to my path. I'm awakened now, and I have to walk on my journey. And the catalytic season is going to sleep, and the analytic season is waking up. And in order for me to do my journey, I had to destroy the concept that I had of working with people without them giving energy. I would normally work with brothers and sisters where you didn't have to give me no energy. I wouldn't accept any energy from no one. I had people at my houses for years, and we would go over lessons, and I wouldn't charge anything. I would put them in my house. I fed them, clothed them, didn't I?
Yes.
For years, people in my home,
Yes.
so that we can grow and build this analytic season. But what I learned was that because they didn't put any energy forth, they didn't appreciate it. They took it for granted.
Yes.
I didn't understand that lesson at this season, but I had to go through it. So at this season now, my calling, I'm here to bring in the analytic season.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here. That's the only reason why I'm here. My reflections, the energy brought me forth. I'm awake. My goal in life and my purpose in life is to take man, right? To wake up the Negro state of consciousness and bring him into what? Man. Man what?
Manifestation.
Man of what?
Manifestation.
My job is to take my people from the duplication to what? That's the only reason why I'm here on this planet. No other thing. My wives will tell you I'm not with them for attachment. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I'm not with my mother for attachment. I had to tell my mother to leave me. I said, Mom, I came here for one job and that's it. Don't ever try to get close to me. You'll never attach me. I'm not here for nothing else. That's it. That's all I'm here to do. So in order for me to do my job and for us to bring this forth, I must require the energy from each and every one of you. You understand?
Yeah.
To bring it forth, we have to exchange energy.
Yeah.
But this energy that we are exchanging is not catabolytic. It's anabolytic, meaning that when you give me whatever you have in your pocket, it's going to come back to you how many folds that you received. 20, 30 fold, whatever it is, because I know I can substantiate the season, which means now, while you coming and putting whatever you want on it and you telling me what it is, I will go forth and give you what's called a life gnosis.
Yes.
I'll tell you where you are on the what? And I will give you instructions on what you need to do to begin to move forward in the analytic season. That's my purpose. Now, if you watch this tape and you see that, and you know who I am, because you know who you are, you will do what? Be a part of your own season. So I have to tell you all that I had to master that lesson. I would never charge, I would never ask, I would never sell anything, right? You would never see me exchange anything of that. But at this season, in order for me to grow, I had to master my lesson because my reflections didn't understand it, and I didn't understand it. But now since I do understand it, I have to say, this is my purpose. My purpose, I can give you all a life gnosis, not a diagnosis. A diagnosis is when someone tells you how long you have before you die. I'm going to give you a life gnosis to tell you what you need to do in order to live.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And my main and primary objective is to clear up the path in your ancestral and spiritual path,
Yeah.
which you are not conscious of. All right? Last week I put up a database. I told you about the male-female database. I said when the baby comes into the world, the baby already knows the minaret symbol of his mother's breast.
Yeah.
Remember I showed you that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, brothers and sisters, the way that we are being controlled from our reflections today, primarily is because, and I'll give an example, and I want to give this example actually. Those of us who are married and have couples and stuff and have children around, when you with your mate and the child is like, say, 7 or 8, you make sure the child is in another room or somewhere secluded before you make love, correct? Why? Why do we do that?
Because you don't want the child to see what you're doing.
Yes, of course, but we want to keep asleep what? The male-female energies that we can activate. Now, innately, we know this. If they see this too early, it will cause a spirit to take place that the child is not able to be responsible for. They're not ready for it. So in societies, we do what? We garner these what? Relationships. And this is why we have societies. To make sure that these things are protected so that the children can grow through their stages properly.
Right.
You understand?
Put on television, that's where they get it from.
Absolutely, and that's what I want to say, is that this is the main power of how we are being beat up at this season.
Yeah.
This database of male and female images is being exploited through television, through news and media. The social service systems are keeping the parents at bay where they cannot even come in and control this madness. What happens when a child is exposed to this at 9 and 10? Now the child wants to be involved in a sexual relationship. You understand?
Yeah.
Which causes the child to bring forth realities that it does not have responsibility for.
Absolutely.
So now, brothers and sisters, what takes place with the mind control is that you have TVs and all these different radios and things of that nature, and what is it programming into? That database of male and female positions. This is why we see such a high level of homosexuality today.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, these are spirits that are locked up in a database that we're not conscious of. I can orientate those. You understand? We can put those spirits to sleep. There's so many adults who are suffering from that now. It causes a never-ending cycle of breakages in relationships.
Yeah.
If I can catch you at 8, 9, and 10 and young and molest you and do these things, and what you can't speak about, I can keep you in a myriad of breaking in relationships. This is what needs to be done in our healing. Okay? So I'm going to put up my email here and my number. And for those of you all who know people who can use help,
Yes.
and those of you all who need help,
Yes.
not those who want help, I said need help, I must charge you energy. I cannot do it what? For free. Because the energy that you put on it is going to be the energy that you're going to what? Reciprocate back to you. Because I'm nothing but a reflection of you, of self. Y'all understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put this up there now. I'm open for questions. I just want to put that out there to let you all know that I'm on my path now, and I can no longer sit still. I can no longer just see all this stuff happening without me doing my work, my portion. Okay? So this is my email. What's that number, Mario? 302?
543 3217.
So, this is my email. If you all know anybody, you can email me at lifegnosis@gmail.com. And this is my answer number. And I will give you a life gnosis. And the life gnosis is going to have you a look. Some of y'all going to have to orientate some stomachs and make some moves and stuff, because I'm going to tell you straight on what's happening in your closet.
Put your hands together
Okay.
for Brother Issa. Give him a big hand. Give him a big hand. Brother Issa. Don't forget, next week is the final class. You want to be here for that one?
Yeah.
For the summer. We're going to take a summer break. And probably, I don't know, sisters, does it get hot up here in the summer or what? They got an air conditioning or?
What we have now is the extent of the air conditioning.
Okay, so we're going to take a break in the summer. We will have, like I said before, lecturers coming in during the summer. So stay abreast of what's going on. See my queen if you need to get on the email list. write your name clearly, please. Write your email clearly, because sometimes I can't read that stuff, and it come bouncing back to me because somebody didn't write it correctly. Okay? So next week, I'll be the speaker for next week to introduce you to Metaphysics 102. All right?
Did he take questions already?
No, I'm open for questions.
Oh,
Anyone have questions?
yes.
Yes,
So you spoke about nationality
yes.
and the need to have your own land, identity, currency, language, etc.
Yes.
For today, this moment in time, aren't we and shouldn't we and don't we need to go back and reclaim the original of all that we had and regenerate it to recapture our nationality today? I mean, there is no other way than that
What is that?
to reclaim our nationality. From what you were saying, it sounds closed, as if because we no longer have our own currency, land, etc., livestock, food source, that though we know we are not at this moment nationals and indigenous, but because we are the originators of it and that we are indigenous of the planet, that it is incumbent upon us to go back and then regenerate all that from where we are today and get back our land and our nationality and our currency and our independence. But then,
I understand what you're saying, and why it may sound confusing to you is I'm saying that this is the pathway of doing it.
oh, I'm not confused. It just sounded as if you were saying we are not and cannot be. I didn't think you were saying we cannot be. It was clear that you were saying we are not. But my question is, in order for us to become that again, we need to go back and reclaim all that we currently